Raise shields. Red alert. It's the Mikey Spock Show. What's happening, YouTube? My name is Immortal Coil, and tonight we're going to be talking about something that I've been meaning to post about the past few days, but every time I went to go and flip the script, like something else happened and left me sitting there like this. A couple days ago, we found out that CBS posted the Season 2, Episode 1 of Star Trek Discovery for free on YouTube. I learned about it from our Dark Lord, Doomcock, and from our favorite internet harpy, Mecha42. And they both advised us as the Fandom Menace, well, the Loose Alliance, to go in, watch the video, give an honest review, drop a comment, and let them know that Doomcock or Random sent you. The very people that we're rebelling against as the Fandom Menace. From Star Wars, Pablo Hidalgo. And from Star Trek, the son of actor Christopher Pine, who played Captain Pike and Gene Rodden in real Star Trek. Organized whipped trolls into a frenzy and sent them over to Doomcock and to Random's page, where they basically skewered them. Now, Lord Doomcock has a magnetic helmet that protects him from idiocy, more or less to a successful degree. But when you watched Random's videos from those days, it took an emotional toll on her. Now, she has thick skin and she knows how to use her words, but you could tell that that stuff affected her. And just as it did for Star Wars Theory, when you see that sort of emotional reaction, at least for me, it brings out that protective side, and it makes me mad, and I want to get out there and say something. But they were both like, no, don't retaliate, don't play their game, don't sink to their level. That's beneath the ideals of Star Trek. Okay, I can give you that. But what I will do, I will give an honest review of Season 2, Episode 1. Season 2, Episode 1, Brother. We learned that the main character, Michael Burnham, in a move that parallels the Next Generation's Worf, somehow lost her family and was orphaned. And instead of being raised by humans, she was raised by Sarek of Vulcan. Originally portrayed by Mark Leonard, but now being portrayed by this guy. And while that premise does seem intriguing, the fact that long-lost brothers and sisters jump up in Star Trek movies with no explanation and no mention in canon until their appearance is highly disturbing to me. Sarek is famous for having an emotional gulf between himself and his son for racial reasons. Now, you can make that argument that it's the Vulcan's nature not to be emotionally attached, and that the very basis of their culture is to procure logic and guide their offspring towards the, the Kolinar. Except in Star Trek Discovery, Sarek is uncharacteristically fatherly towards Michael Burnham. You see him make emotional faces as he talks to her, and there is a kindness in his voice as he talks to her. Whereas if you examine the movies, especially the movies, Spock's birth scene.
So human.
And you see his body language towards his son. And it just sits the wrong way. Now, in the episode, the Enterprise shows up on an intercept course with the Discovery, okay? We get the flashback for season 1, so you understand where things are. But we learn that the captain, the science officer, and some other fucking rando is going to beam over, and all of a sudden, Mikey Spock is excited to see her brother, or something along those lines. She thinks she's going to see her brother, but it ends up being an arrogant white guy who gets sneezed on in an elevator, and then when they're flying these little space pods to an asteroid, he is very arrogant, and Mikey Spock's trying to tell him how to fly. She's like, no, you gotta like switch your computer off and grab the stick and do this and that. And he's like, look, you know, I graduated at the top of my class in asshole physics, and then he dies. Should have listened to Mikey Spock. So they fly down to this asteroid, and it turns out that there's a Federation ship that got stuck in the fucking material, but the material is flying towards like a pulsar or something. Geez, where have we seen that before? And they get down there, and the only person who's like awake and running around is another whammon. And she's an engineer, and she's been keeping everybody in like stasis. And well, they have to get everybody out of there because we're all gonna die anyway. So the whammon save the day. The guys are running around knocking heads like Looney Tunes, and then you know, they get back to the ship. Yay. The only positive thing that I can say about this show is that tired acronym that it's visually stunning. The special effects are very special. It looks slick. The color palette could be a little bit better, but it's like most of the money they had to spend, they spent on special effects. And when I say visually stunning, that word, that phraseology is not much better than what is used to praise The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi is visually stunning too. It was gorgeously shot. I can't say anything negative about the visuals, but the story sucks. The characters suck. The story in Star Trek Discovery sucks. The characters suck. There's no reverence for canon. They're trying to retcon things. They're trying to insult politics into things. And they're trying to say, well, this is where it's going because all this stuff sets up the stuff that everybody else knows. So if you don't like this stuff, then you're not gonna get this stuff. I say bullshit. Okay? Gene Roddenberry had a vision of the future where by the time of Star Trek, we had solved problems like identity politics. Okay? It didn't matter what you were. All that it mattered was who you were and how well you could perform your function and contribute to society. So, being a flawless Mary Sue is not in keeping with Star Trek. Star Trek is about a group of people solving galactic problems together by blending their resources. Hardly anybody else was featured. Now everybody got to stand up and say, here's my name. But it's the Michael Burnham show. And if you can't relate to Michael Burnham, you're not going to like this show. I can't relate to Michael Burnham. I don't like this show. And I certainly won't pay CBS to watch more of this shit. The only reason that I watched this was because it was free on YouTube. And Doomcock and Mecha Random asked me to. But we're persistent, the Phantom Menace. Okay? You're not going to bully us. You're not going to intimidate us. And trying to pick on the weaker aspects of us is only going to infuriate the rest of us. Okay? We're not going to bully or resort to malicious attacks, but we're going to square up with you. We're going to look you in the eye and call bullshit when we see it. And there are those of us that have thicker skin and can take it and will take it. So go ahead, make us martyrs. My name's Immortal Coil. Like, subscribe, share if you found it compelling. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you want to see covered on future editions of Savage Spirituality. And remember, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one.